Hey everyone, Rochelle Caldwell here. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Now, today's topic is looking through the lens of positivity. So many people are focused on what they don't have and what tomorrow brings that they forget to live in the moment and reflect on today. I want to use the analogy or metaphor of looking through glasses, sunglasses, or any lens. I wore glasses the majority of my younger years and was blessed to get LASIK. Highly recommend it, by the way. But I think this analogy will still work either way. So when you're thinking about glasses or lens, I want you to look at it from two different perspectives. Through one lens, take a positive outlook on yourself and what you have that gives you a reason to be grateful. Through the other lens, look at what other people have and be grateful and happy for them without comparing yourself to them. So we want to first walk through the lens of positivity for yourself. I want you to start taking a minute each day to think about what you have to be grateful for. Even if you have to write things down, do so it becomes engraved in your brain and you have a constant reminder of the things that you are grateful for. Give yourself a pep talk when you're feeling low. I used to play the game of Sims when I was younger through a GameCube. Gosh, so long ago. And if you played the games of Sims, you understand and know that you have to build your Sims skill sets. And to build their charismatic skills, they have to talk to themselves in the mirror. So I always like to reference that in talking to yourself in the mirror, building that confidence up within yourself and having that pep talk for you. It's perfectly fine to do it. If you're not a gamer or if you've never even played Sims before, think about the HBO show Insecure. The main character talks to herself all the time to boost herself up. Talk to yourself with or without a mirror within reason, because if you talk to yourself all the time, people might think you're crazy. But talk to yourself and give yourself a pep talk every day if you need to, or before you're about to do something major and big, and be your own hype man. It's totally okay to do so. Pep talks are okay. You know, a lot of times people rely on other people to give them the pep talk, but you have to do what's best for you and you have to look out for you. Another thing and another way of looking through a lens of positivity for yourself is don't dwell so much on past mistakes and make room for the well of opportunities for better days. It's okay to dig a little in the past and to look through the rearview mirror, but don't stay there for too long and use it as an opportunity to learn from your lessons. I don't like to call them mistakes. I like to say lessons because you were taught different lessons to prepare for a bigger exam, which is fulfilling your purpose. So again, take a deep breath, say, all right, this happened, yes, and it was a lesson. And sometimes you might go through the same lesson over and over until you get a bigger score, but it all compiles and it's all for a reason and within different seasons. Now, another way of helping you look through a lens of positivity for yourself is thinking about when you need to vent. Do you ever have instances where you vent out loud and instead of making you feel better, it actually made you feel a lot worse? Well, sometimes some things are meant to be prayed on and upon and given to God and let go. Not everything needs to be vented out loud. In addition, it's cool, you know, when you have your homeboy or homegirl kind of chime in and say, yeah, man, that was so messed up. I can't believe they did that. That's fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but not to do that all the time, because if you surround yourself by too much negativity, it's going to affect you in so many different ways, and you're going to have a hard time looking at things from a positive perspective. Now, it's also a mental thing and a mental game. Another way of positivity, looking things from a positive outlook, is ingraining in your mind that there's hope for good. If you're constantly thinking about the worst and the worst situation that's to come, whatever you think or say will come into fruition. not exactly the way you say it, but that negativity piece of it is going to come into fruition. So just be mindful about what you think and what you say and what you kind of come across, just to make sure that you're thinking through that positive outlook. So again, like I said, different ways of looking through the lens of positivity through yourself is: one, take a minute each day to think about what you're grateful for. Two, give yourself a pep talk when you're feeling low. Three, don't dwell so much into the past, but think about your lessons to help you prepare for your bigger exam of fulfilling your purpose. Four, be careful what you say out loud or what you're venting about, because it's not always going to make you feel better. And then the last is, be careful what you think about and try to switch up what you're thinking about into more of a positive light. Now that we talked about positivity for yourself, let's switch over and talk about the positivity for other people. Man, technology is a blessing and a curse. It is a blessing because everything is at your fingertips. But it's also a curse because it can cause distraction from what your overall purpose in life is, and it can slow you down. Unfortunately, we live in a society where people want to get the most likes or most views, and that's what gives them status or to help them build their reputation. Now, do you ever find yourself kind of going through somebody's statuses and likes and saying, wow, I guess they think there's something, or, oof, how could they afford that? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I know you have. So if you are saying that you don't, that's great. You're probably well along the way of thinking through positive outlook, but I'm sure in some cases or some time in your life, you have looked at somebody's status and said that. Well, try to switch it up a bit and look at it from a perspective of saying, wow, that person is blessed. That's amazing. That's having that positive outlook for somebody else. I remember my husband and I had a conversation, and he stated, it's so sad that society has come to a point where instead of being happy for someone, whether it's them buying a house, finishing a degree, accomplishing a goal, or whatever have you, we always find fault in that person. So what if their parents gave them a down payment to help them pay for the house? So what if somebody's parents help pay for their whole entire wedding? So what if this happens and somebody else gives them something to give them the better blessing and the bigger blessing? All in all, they're blessed to have that opportunity. We shouldn't get upset because others have a blessing. That wasn't our blessing. And that resonated with me so much. And I thought, wow, he's so right. And that's something I wanted to pass along to you all as well, is stop looking at it from that perspective and say, they're blessed. They have a blessing. I have a blessing. It may not be the same blessing, but we're all blessed. We're all blessed and highly favored. So look at them and say, wow, they're blessed and highly favored. Another way of looking through positivity is working to be someone else's hype man too. Mental illness is real, and we don't know what people are going through in life. Honestly, reaching out to somebody, whether it's texting them or calling them just to say hello, might impact them in such a major way. I remember I had dinner with a friend, and she was telling me about all of the major goals that she accomplished and how happy she was. I kid you not. I literally sat there and I cried. I cried because I was so happy for her, full of joy, because I was just so excited to see that she's finally accomplishing the goals that she wants and things are falling into place for her. And it's just so good to see other people in good places and finally saying, wow, here we are. So be somebody else's hype man, cry with them, laugh with them, joke with them, cheer them on, and be their cheerleader. In addition to that of looking through positivity for somebody else, learn to compartmentalize and stop trying to live vicariously through someone else with their social media post. Let them live their life the best way they know how, and you live your life the same. you know, that's one of the biggest lessons that I had to learn was dividing up things and not trying to put them all in one basket and bubble. We're all different people. We all are doing different things. We all have a different purpose to fulfill. So focus on what you have and live your life the way that you know how to. And if you don't know how to, God will lead the way. And the crazy thing about it is when it comes down to kind of dividing and conquering, it'll be so much easier. Another way of living through positivity as well is sometimes you don't really want to give other people advice unless they ask for advice, right? When it comes to marriages, when it comes to relationships, stop focusing on so much of themselves, and if they are happy the way that they are and what they're going through, let them live the way that they want to. Ask them, would you like me to give you advice? And if they say no, or they're open to it, feel free. If not, then let it be. At the end of the day, sometimes trying to reach out and give other people advice when they don't want that advice frustrates you more and causes more negativity for you. And you don't need that type of stress, right? Now, another thing that I like to bring up is how funny I think it is when I hear all the time that people say, man, such and such, all they do is post good in their life. And I know their life is not always peachy. But when that same person posts something bad in their life, then they want to say, why do they put all their business out like that? They know that's not something that you need to put on social media. So I sit back and I just say, okay, which one is it? Would you rather see the good or would you rather see the bad? I'm super confused. But at the end of the day, I had to look at it from this perspective. Sometimes people posting on social media the positivity and the good things happening in their life is a pep talk and a reminder to themselves of how excited and happy they are to accomplish those things. So look at it sometimes from that perspective. Yes, there are people that are out there that are posting because they want all the likes and they want all of that. But again, all you can do is think about things from your perspective and say, you know what, she's got it, she's blessed, she's amazing. Look at it from that positive outlook instead of looking at it from the negative. So hopefully this episode helped you try to, look at things from a positive outlook. But again, look at it from a positive outlook from not only yourself, but for other people as well. Let's help make the world a better place by doing so, right? So put on your positivity view and go and be great and aspire to succeed. So thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.